Yes, people, and welcome back to another video on the Bridge YouTube channel where we bring you all things Chelsea. And this is a breaking news video because of some things that have happened quite clearly that are not technically related to Chelsea, but not necessarily related to Chelsea. And that is, of course, that Jurgen Klopp announced today via Liverpool FC that he will be leaving the club, the club, aka Liverpool, at the end of the season. So very much very big breaking news at the end of the day. Obviously, as you guys know, he's been at Liverpool for 8 years. He's won one Premier League, one UCL, I think if I'm not mistaken, one Carabao Cup, one FA Cup, one Super Cup as well, and one Club World Cup too. I think two. Is it two? No, sorry, only one Club World Cup if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So that's what he's won in that period in time. Obviously, it's a big. Obviously, it's going to be a big loss for Liverpool if we're being honest. At the end of the day, obviously, he was a good manager for them. Whether or not I liked him or not, whether or not you liked his sort of mannerisms or not, he was a very good manager. Very high quality. Led them. Obviously, had some great Liverpool teams. But at the end of the day, man, but when it comes down to it, if you're a Liverpool fan, it's obviously gonna be very worrying times indeed. I think personally, because obviously it's not just him leaving. Obviously his assistant is leaving, and his whole I think managerial staff is leaving. If I'm not mistaken, obviously the sporting director is leaving. But from what I know, is I think he was only temporary, if I'm not mistaken. So he's also leaving too. So it's not even just the man that's leaving, but it's like a whole sort of structure that's leaving. Director of football's leaving. The whole manager thing that he has as well is also leaving you too. So it's quite a worrying times indeed if you're them. And then also there comes to the fact of what about some of these players that do they want to stay on with Liverpool after Klopp leaves? Whether it be an Alisson, a Van Dijk, a Salah maybe who may be out off his way or once he leaves, even a Trent for example. So again, there are a lot of like big questions remaining. Obviously, he may be leaving, but what about the guys that are going to be left behind? Do they want to leave too? So it's going to be very interesting at the end of the day. Obviously, if you're a Liverpool fan, you don't want to go the route of United, where once they lost that legendary guy in legendary manager, whether it be in Ferguson, it just literally went downhill from there. You don't want that to happen to your club as well. So again, it's very interesting times indeed for them. What does this mean for Chelsea? Well, again, with Chelsea, if we can get our act up together this season and then going into next season, it gives you a real chance of again, maybe taking over that Liverpool spot in terms of like trying to become and compete, and compete for that, sort of spot in the league again, and then maybe hopefully if everything goes right, you make the right signings in the summer as well to further improve the squad as it is right now. Bro, you're entering yourself in a great opportunity to start competing for the league, in my personal opinion. And again, this is quite advantageous at the end of the day. Especially when one of your main opposition loses such a big manager, and then there's even more uncertainty with other stuff behind the scenes. It's a perfect opportunity for you to capitalize and take over. And Chelsea have got that chance now. We've already got a chance in the league as well. Hopefully, our manager gets it act together, and hopefully win our game against Aston Villa, of course, today. But it's gonna be a big thing, of course. That's also gonna make, of course, I would say the Carabao Cup game now that we have with these guys. Learning the game on Wednesday, upcoming Wednesday against them. But the Carabao Cup game that we have as well, it's going to be very big now, in my opinion, because obviously the players may be thinking about trying to win that trophy. They may have extra motivation, but as Chelsea, we should have as much motivation as them in order to be able to do so to win that trophy too. But hey, at the end of the day, obviously it's a big loss I think for the league, of course, in terms of like Klopp leaving, but it's going to be a very big game for the other sides around Liverpool, whether in the top six, and their ability to be able to take advantage of like such a big loss, in my personal opinion. Now, who they bring in, some may say Nagelsmann. Obviously, now that if he's only staying for the Euros, you could probably poach him straight after the Euros to become the manager of Liverpool. Hansi Flick could be an option for them if that's who they want. If they want to do some level of continuity with the core they have currently, and they don't leave at all. Maybe Salah. There's that too. I'm not really sure who else. Yeah, Javi Alonso is a big one, of course, but I don't think that he would go there. I think he's more so Real Madrid bound and or Bayern bound for me, not Liverpool. I think it's probably going to be between Bayern and Real when it comes to Javi Alonso, in my personal opinion. But hey ho, man, this is interesting, man, because also from a Chelsea perspective, if we decide to not pursue Poch in the summer after evaluation, we then come to the equation of listen, Klopp's left there too. So the Liverpool's going to be competing with you for managers. So are you going to be able to get the guy that you want? Are you going to be able to convince them over Liverpool to get the manager that you want even? Dude, so, again, there's other things that we need to discuss, or other factors that, of course, this is going to affect at the end of the day. But, guys, that's the video as always. Just want to talk about this quick breaking news, of course. You'll see me for the review of the game. I think the game starts at 7:45 today, so it'll probably be around about 9:25. But hey ho, we move. As always, I've been your host, Mr. Bridge 258. Dedicate your hearts, and as always, please make sure to stay blue. Peace.